I believe sociology is the study of society and how human behavior within society is shaped by social structures such as religion, politics, and gender norms. I think sociology is a study that does not place emphasis on the mind behind human behavior, but rather how external factors or structures influence the human behavior. What makes sociology different from the rest of the social sciences, for example, psychology, is that psychology focuses on how internal factors, such as the mind, affect the individual's behavior. In contrast, sociology focuses on the human behavior of certain groups and how that behavior is affected by external factors and structures. According to the American Sociological Association, sociology studies social life, social change, social causes, and how human behavior is impacted. I believe sociology focuses on the patterns of human behavior as a whole and the consequences of those behaviors. Although the definition sounds simple, sociology is challenging to study because of humans. Sociology becomes difficult to study because humans are so complex. Humans exist in different social classes and different religious groups, different political groups, and different gender classifications, which makes sociology both difficult and fascinating. In the social world, when I took my first sociology class as a freshman, my professor told me that sociologists don't have the privilege to think about the individual for very long because their work requires looking at collective patterns within the groups. Even as I read material for my sociology classes, now as a psychology major, I find myself wanting to prioritize the individual and how their personal story in life has affected their behavior, not how the social structures or social norms have. However, sociology considers the collective more than the individual. I believe the sociology of gender is a field in sociology that studies the definitions and norms society has created about gender. I believe that the sociology of gender also explores how identities and behavior are learned and formed because of gender norms and labels. According to Judith Butler, everyone has an idea of what gender should be and what it means to be a woman or man is an open ended question. I agree with Judith, although I have my own definition of gender. Everyone's idea of gender and what gender they believe they are, is different. My thoughts on what it means to be a man or woman is for the individual to just be a person of strong character. If someone classifies themselves as a man or woman or any other label, just treating other people with kindness, compassion, integrity, and honesty is what makes a man and a woman a woman. In society, I believe it is important to study gender because Judith Butler said something that caught my attention and that I resonated with, which is that there is so much suppression in becoming a man or a woman. And the statement stood out to me because women must suppress qualities that make them seem tough, such as ambition, assertiveness, and dominance. Those qualities are typically associated with the men in society. So in society, women must repress those qualities and take on qualities such as submissiveness and nurturingness, which is more associated with with women. I have seen this on social media sites where women have been berated for not having those qualities and called tough for having those qualities. Until recently, I have repressed some of those qualities as well, but after taking a couple of gender studies classes and taking now sociology and gender because that's what I'm interested in, I've learned that it's important to embrace all qualities because they're not gender specific.